Hey guys, how you doing today? Okay, it is Amaryllis time. It's time to start thinking about those of us who live in the north and can't grow these outside all year long. Mine have been growing all summer. I've been feeding them, but it's time to start thinking about getting them ready for their winter rest, which is super easy. Now, some people do it differently. This is how I choose to do it because it does make it easier on me. But mine are in pots. I have two different pots here. I have a big 2-gallon pot with 4 different bulbs in it. And then I have another small pot right here that has 2 bulbs in it. Now, all summer long, they've been in great light. I've been feeding them and watering them all year. Yesterday, I just gave them their last watering and their last feed for fall. We are now officially into fall. Um, so what I will do now is I won't water them anymore. They will start going to sleep. This one kind of already has. The leaves will start turning yellow. They'll yellow back. Now, mine are still out on my front porch. And I will leave them out here until we get our first light frost. And then I'll take them in. Let them finish eating back their green leaves, which will all turn yellow, and then I'll cut those off. And then, once that step is done, I'll move them into a darker area. I put mine upstairs. It's a dark area and it's cooler up there. And then they will just go dormant for a couple of months. And then around the end of November, beginning of December, I will bring them out, put them in some light. And all of a sudden you'll start seeing a growth popping up, and that's when you want to start watering. Or that's when I usually start watering. Sometimes I'll wait a week or two, and if I don't see anything popping up after I put them in light, I'll give them just a little bit of a drink. I will not soak down the whole container. I'll just give them a little bit of a drink, and then it kind of like between the light and some water, they kind of start waking up and go, oh, hey, it's time for me to wake up and start growing. So what they'll do is they'll push up. In November, December, you'll probably be more in December to see it. They'll start pushing up a bulb. And then um, it'll be like a big long stalk. It'll be really thick, about the size of my finger maybe. And then it will get a little bulb on the end of it, and it'll keep growing taller and taller. And they do like a lot of water at that time. You don't want to let them dry out. You want to keep them watered. And then they'll start growing and growing and growing, and they'll flush up stalks, flower stalks, and then eventually they'll bloom. Um, and then you enjoy the blooms, and then you go back. After the blooms die down, then you want to start feeding them at that point, because then they're going to start growing these big, beautiful, strappy leaves, which usually they start growing while the flowers are in bud, and then blooming, the leaves will start popping out of the bulbs. But after the flowers die back and they're done, then you want to start feeding them along with your watering regimen. Um, and then you just keep them in a bright area for the rest of the winter, and then once it gets warm enough, you can take them outside. You can put them on your porch. Mine like full sun in the morning and then shaded in the afternoon. Now this year I kept them on my porch, my front porch right in front. Mine is kind of a northwest front porch. And I kept them out here, and they did great. I mean, some of these leaves are super long. And the older your bulbs get, the bigger the leaves will get, the bigger the flowers will be, and you will you will start getting more buds on one flower stalk. I've had as many as 8. You can have 4, you can have 6, you can have 8, maybe more, I don't know. But some of these bulbs in this container are, I'd say, oh boy, maybe going on my 4th year. Every winter they bloom for me. I love them. It's great to have some great blooms along with my orchids. But these are just so big and beautiful. I've got different colors. I've got the red lion. I've got the apple. I think it's called apple something. And then I've got the white star, I believe. I'd like to get a couple other ones. I'm really after the hippeastrums, but they are usually pretty expensive, so I haven't went that route yet. But yeah, guys, it's really easy. Start thinking about your amaryllis if you have them, and you keep them over for winter to get them to bloom in the winter. Like I said, I just watered and fed mine for the very last time. I wanted her to soak up a bunch of nutrients before she goes to sleep, and in December she'll start blooming beautifully. I've noticed that if I feed along with the watering on my very last watering for the season before she goes to sleep, my blooms have been bigger and more buds. So I don't know, it could be a fluke. I did it last year and it worked great. So it's very easy. So that is it. The next time you will see these guys will be when I get them out of storage, out of their sleep, and start preparing them to start flowering. So yeah, as soon as we get our first nice frost where it affects them, I will be bringing them in. So that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day. Bye. Peace.